when you can walk into a door and someone shows you, at least allows you to feel like you care and you matter.
One of the things that a cigar and a good dram does is it forces you to be present. When you light a cigar and you have a cocktail and you have a wonderful whiskey with wonderful people, give yourself that opportunity to immerse yourself in that experience. It's a lost art. The art of communication, the art of engaging, looking in someone's eyes and be available.
A cigar forces you to sit down and relax. You're not doing it on the run. A cigar says, hey, sit down, relax. And at Empire, we try to give you the best environment to sit down and chill.
It's a nice culture. It's a very comfortable culture at Empire. It takes a long time to build that.
Everybody that comes into our space probably has a really nice balcony, definitely have a bar, and they still come to our space to smoke every day. It's an extension of their home. It's good to make them feel like they're at home.
I think the Empire brand is definitely a luxury brand. I think that's something that they try to promote and create, and I think they've done a really good job of it.
It's not the customer you have now, it's the one that you can get. It's the one that leaves here saying, wow, what a great night.
You can meet somebody on the street and you'll say hello. You sit down with a cigar and you will learn about somebody's life in minutes.
We are living in an instant gratification world. Turn your phone on silent, turn it over. Don't rush through everything in life. Take the time to enjoy. It's the thing that you do to find that hour of solace. I spent 20 plus years in the banking and finance world prior to opening Empire Social and previously Prime Cigar. We opened this as a tribute to my father, who's in the picture before me and whose lighter I'm using today to light my cigar.
Ryan's father was a huge cigar smoker and big tobacco advocate, and he was a financier himself, and he worked in New York City, so he was a New Yorker. And he had the luxury of being able to not only spend time with his son, but travel with his son. Ryan was lighting up and learning about the cigar culture and the cigar world. It became very much part of his family culture, his upbringing, and his relationship with his father.
My father, unfortunately, was killed in a tragic accident back in 2008. In addition to losing my best friend, it was challenging because at that time, the world was in chaos. My family was not prepared to lose my father. We had to really reinvent the family support system because my dad was such an extremely strong person and personality.
Ryan was looking for a way to go into business, as he will say, with his father, in the memory of his father.
Dad was a very dynamic individual. His belief system was black and white. It's either it's right or it's wrong. I think a lot of the principles and the heart of my father continue to resonate in Empire Social. I had a series of recurring dreams, oddly recurring dreams. And one of the dreams that I had over and over and over again was this kind of mashup of all of the places around the world that my father and I had traveled and spent time with together in the islands and in Florida and in New York and New Jersey and in the south of France and in Italy and all these places. And my father and I had an unintended tradition, which was wherever we would go, we would kind of immediately own the place because he was a huge personality, much bigger than mine. So this dream was this mashup of all these places that we had celebrated good times and had a good cigar and had a good whiskey. And I woke up one morning and I said to my wife, I said, I know what I'm going to do. And she said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm retiring after 20 plus years in finance world as a partner of a very large firm. As I'm retiring from finance, and I'm going to open up a cigar and whiskey lounge in honor of Dad. To which she said, everything you've ever done, you've been the best at. So if that's where your heart and passion is, go ahead. Even the design, the physical space was a tribute to all these places that my father and I used to spend time at. And he choked up a little bit. And it was great. It was great. The energy was great. My father, this picture has been in every single location we've ever had. This actual artist, Evan, who's a friend of the family, his grandfather and my father were best friends. His father and I are very close friends. So there are a number of connections, these odd, kind of a spider web that all goes back to the hub, which is Mike Leeds. And my dad was Mike Leeds.
Aside from Empire Social and the world of cigars and whiskey and hospitality, I wear other hats. What I do, half of my time is I do real estate development work, predominantly in New York, and I commute back and forth. I've been doing it for 20 years.
Jason Resnick, my partner, my brother, my friend, he moved into my community.
I moved down from New York, as most people do, and sitting outside, almost finished moving my stuff in. It was me and my brother and another buddy of mine that was helping with some stuff. And we put a couch on a driveway into the house, and the couch was outside. And we sat there, and it was hot. We were like, let's just have a beer or whatever.
My oldest daughter at the time was probably 3 years old, and we were driving around the community or walking around the community. It was a lovely summer afternoon. And my daughter said bubbles out loud. And sure enough, there were bubbles floating in the sky.
My kids came over, they had a bubble machine, put the bubble machine to entertain, make it a little more festive.
I said, who's blowing off bubbles in the middle of July? And sure enough, this family is moving in, literally 2 doors down from me. And they have all their stuff strewn all over the driveway. And there is a bubble machine strapped with like bungee cords to the top of their mailbox.
First person pulls up, it was like sending a bet signal. Ryan pulls up with his daughter Jordan.
Sabrina and Jordan are the exact same age, 2 weeks apart. And immediately they were friends playing with bubbles. And immediately with Jason's personality and my personality, we cracked a beer. We actually went out that night, and we have literally been friends ever since. He and I have been in business together now for probably 17 years. And he and I are co-investors and business partners in, 4 or 5 different businesses at least.
And that's how we met and became friends, and the rest is history.
When we first opened the business, it was my dream and my idea. We would hang out and we would drink fine alcoholic beverages and smoke great cigars, but there was no place for us to really, set our roots in and have a home base. And essentially we said, you know what, this dream that I had of this place, why don't we build it?
Coming up next, I talk with Boca Raton businessman Ryan Leeds, who made a unique career switch from securities business to launching a cigar shop with upscale ambience. And in an interview taped earlier, I asked Ryan why such an endeavor.
Wanted my father in my life more than just a talking point. So I was trying to figure out a way to celebrate him. And we came up with this idea that we should deliver an experience. Yeah, the cigars and the good wines and the good whiskey and the good cocktails are really all part of the experience.
Well, it's kind of like a private club type of deal.
We do have a private element.
Ryan introduced it. I said, let's go. How much? Let's do it. Fantastic. I have a place I can go, make friends, socialize with people, smoke a cigar, have whiskey, and still make $1? Wow. Sign me up.
We audited the industry, and I traveled all over the country and made all kinds of notes on what other places were doing right and what they were doing wrong. And the reality is that the only way to run any business appropriately and correctly and successfully is if your heart and mind is in it, but heart first.
That really is truly the rationale behind starting that, because we never thought it had any real legs. But what we did see was the difference in what was provided around us. I rarely invest in projects. Although they're important, I do invest in people. There's nothing more fun or more interesting than being in business, earning a living with friends. To me, that's a very, very important component. A business is a greatest business when you can have fun doing what you're doing. I always said, first and foremost, gotta love who you're with in the business. You gotta enjoy the business. If you love who your partners are, if you enjoy what you're doing, the money will come. Don't be concerned with the money first. When you're concerned with the money first, money never comes. To me, it's a matter of who I'm surrounded by, what we're doing, everything else, all the other benefits, they come pouring in. You gotta have some fun doing what you're doing.
Give thanks, so when me a bleed. Set speed, I carry on now. Big man in town, them shoulda know say me I keep it crown. Yeah. Plant seeds, work feed. Well, enough of them want really bad. When the food gone so long, them run. And them can't be found, still man fight the fight. Me not give in, day and night me keep.
Empire has evolved over time. Prime cigar, although the history of the term prime cigar dates back to my dad. My father smoked more cigars than anyone you've ever met in your life, and I smoked a lot of cigars. My father would smoke 10 to 15 cigars a day, every day of his life. He was a big-time cigar smoker. And every time he would light a cigar with this lighter, he would light it, take a puff, hold it up, look at it, and say, that's a prime cigar. That's how prime cigar was born. It was out of a thing that my father said tens of thousands of times in front of me. And when we recognized that we weren't just a cigar venue, what we realized was that we had built this empire, and the empire of relationships and an empire of friends and members, and it was an empire of a quiet oasis to be safe and enjoy fine things.
Ryan, Jason, and myself, all being from the Empire State, all being from either New York or a suburb of New York, we're New Yorkers at heart. We realized when we put it up on a vision board and we saw Empire, I think again, Ryan was the one that pointed it out.
Empire is an evolution of Prime. In fact, if you take the letters P-R-I-M-E and move them around, it's E-M-P-I-R with a backward facing E, so we never forget where we came from.
You have Prime subliminally hidden as an anagram in the name. So we got to, hold on to our roots that people were very familiar with.
The evolution of Empire is that it became a social environment for people of common themes and opinions and beliefs, and even sometimes conflicting beliefs, because the reality is we have plenty of people that come in here and they don't smoke cigars. We have plenty of people that come in here that have been, members of AA and sober and sobriety for decades and decades, so they don't drink, but they're communal, right? And they want to be with their friends.
From the first time I walked in, I said, you know what? This is like an extension of my house. Stop by Prime Cigar today and light up. Puff, puff, baby. It's Prime Cigar. Peace.
All right, so he's gonna meet with Vinny tomorrow, and I'll be back home on
That number.
Let you know what day to fly down.
And look who else, look who found here. This is famous Nick Wood. Nick was our academic advisor. Back then, when we first started, Ryan used to call him, Nick, how much should we price this drink? How much should we price that drink? How does your menu look? How do we do this? How do we do that? Because we all learning when we first started Prime. This was the member bar. If that bar could tell stories, you could write a couple of books. Look at the cigars. Look at the selection here. Amazing. But this is the place where I learned so much about the business. You will be shocked. When I first started, I maybe smoked one cigar in my lifetime. When I was thrusted into this environment, I read every single cigar aficionado issue. I used to run back and forth so many times an hour to see price, to see this, to learn about the sizes, to learn about the pricing, the flavor profile. It's all, if there's a will, there's a way. And if somebody like me, when I was 45 years old and I knew nothing about this business, and we learned and we excelled and we prospered and we made it the talk not only of the town, the talk of the country. I was contacted probably 6 months to a year into the operation just to help out. They needed an assistant manager, and 6 months later, I was promoted into a general manager position. When I first came aboard, they say, oh, David is Jason's brother. He's not gonna last a week. Over under 2 weeks tops. 7 years later, when we had to sell the place, we sold a very successful, thriving business with clientele that cannot be matched by any other cigar bar, by any other cigar establishment, or by any other bar, ever. This place, in my opinion, and the opinion of many others, have changed and influenced lives to the better.
From day one, what I told Ryan when we came together in this business, that I don't want this to be a mediocre thing. I have no desire to be involved in mediocrity. It's got to be the best we can do. And we've brought in great people to help assist us in getting there.
Ryan and Jason have a lot of mutual friends, whiskey drinkers, cigar smokers that help support the brand in Boca Raton. When they opened up the brand in Brickell, we launched the Brickell location, the demographic is very different than the Boca Raton demographic. And this physical space was a little bit bigger, and they decided that they needed to branch out into the world of hospitality and find a way to treat the lounge and the location almost as if you would a boutique hotel.
With Brickell, when it opened 9 years ago, Brickell 9 years ago was a very different place. Knowing that Ryan and Jason did a great job of creating a timeless look that's always going to be in style. A speakeasy, cozy, dark wood place that feels comfortable.
They opened the business in downtown Brickell in the Millicento building in a high-rise on the second floor, 5,000 square foot cigar lounge and whiskey bar. Really starting to lay the foundation to ensure that we're building a community of not just cigar smokers and whiskey drinkers, but businessmen and businesswomen, ensuring that as we build the community, they come together with us. I was hired to operate and run the location and the future locations, and that's what I did. And we built our team, and we built our membership base, and we accomplished that goal.
800 feet. Use the right 2 lanes to stay to the right 2 South Miami Avenue.
Okay, bitch, check this. I know bringing me down is a part of your checklist, but you can't cause I'm feisty. You mad in the corner, I'm here sipping iced tea. So many bitches wanna down me. On the way to the top, can't reach, can't find me. Better chill with them looks. AK over here on the beats, making hits with hooks.
I was called by a former GM here. He said, hey, we're about to open another location and I need a right-hand man. He said, I need somebody I can trust. Said to him, I was like, that sounds fantastic, but I have my own company, right? He's like, well, you run it from home and you smoke cigars all day. He says, but you run it from here and smoke for free? I was like, okay, keep talking. What they started in Boca has grown so much further than what they're used to. It's not your mom and pop shop anymore.
A lot of individuals that are coming from major cities, San Francisco, Chicago, New York City, Boston, heavy duty, heavy hitting finance guys, real estate guys, developers. That is who our demographic is. We have professional athletes. We have Hall of Famers.
If you see what goes on here at night, it's like, what the hell? There's no way. I have been in this room and the new Captain America, Iron Man, 2 NBA celebrities, Cedric the Entertainer, maybe 2 or 3 other multimillionaires sitting in this room. And I just looked around like, what the hell? And I was off that day and I just happened to be here. Just want to be regular people where they can really have that, a mantra, sophisticated relaxation.
I was sitting down in Brickell one day on a Sunday afternoon. I was just smoking a cigar by myself in my place, not dressed. I don't have a name tag. It doesn't say owner. I don't need people to know who I am. This gentleman walks in, very well dressed. He says, do you think they have cognac? And I said, yes, they have cognac. And he said, do you think they carry Hennessy? And I said, I'm fairly certain they carry Hennessy. It's right here on the drink. So I opened up the cocktail book. And he said, do you think they have XO? And I said, I'm pretty sure they have XO. It's a nice place. He says, do you think they have Paradis? I said, I'm pretty sure they have Paradis. And I said, in fact, I think they have Imperial. He goes, they have Imperial? I said, I think so. So we called the bartender over and he says, we'll have 2 glasses. And he says, first round is on me. And I said, and the second round is on me. So we drank some very, very expensive and wonderful cognac together. He says to me, do you like Hennessy Imperial? I said, it's wonderful. He says, do you know cognacs? I said, I know cognacs very well. And he puts his hand out and he says, my name is Maurice Hennessy. And I said, and my name is Ryan Leeds. And he said, I own Hennessy. He's Maurice Hennessy. And I said, and this is my place.
For years, I was always talking to, running into Jason and David, and and Ryan and saying, hey, when are you guys going to open something up north again? You know, it's a tough drive for me to get to Miami. And so I said, you know, hey, you guys got to let me know when you open something up north, something that I can get to. And, you know, just kept in their ear. And eventually they said they were going to be opening something. So I was extremely excited about that and ready to go when they opened. Definitely decided to get a membership right away. I got a great feel when I came here. First class establishment. These guys, they only do the best.
Empire Social Las Olas, we had been looking in the Fort Lauderdale, Las Olas area for 2 years when we stumbled across this location. We were in a mid-rise building on the bottom floor, and we were able to find this just a couple blocks off Las Olas proper, right in the heart of not only the finance district of Fort Lauderdale, but where the hotels, restaurants, apartment buildings, and retail space. So we are in an amazing location.
In Las Olas, we knew that we were going into a beachy, coastal, marine boating community, and we really wanted to fit that. Our goal was not to go with the dark woods and the dark leathers, and we really wanted to make it feel a little bit more coastal feeling. So that's why we went with the light woods, the lighter tones in the flooring, in the carpeting, in the materials that we chose for the sofas and the chairs. And we really wanted to make it fit within the community of people that we were serving in Las Olas.
Incredibly located from the perspective of you don't have to drive the 95 gauntlet. You can actually leave our location in Brickell, get on the Metro Mover, take the Metro Mover to the Bright Line. So you could actually do a whiskey tasting in Brickell and finish the whiskey tasting in here.
The location's freaking spectacular. You can't go wrong with that location. People need to start spending time to realize this is a comfortable place.
And it looks like the bar is out. What do you guys think? That's a good looking bar. Gorgeous. We're not fully done yet, but getting there.
We opened our doors in May of 2024. Extremely successful first year, and we continue to ramp up as we turn the corner into our second year.
This is like a sanctuary, a safe space for people to be able to leave those things at the door, have a thing that unites them, which is a cigar, and have a conversation or discussion about things that two people who normally wouldn't cross paths can talk. And that's what's special about the tobacco industry in general, is that you can have two completely different people who have nothing to do with each other, which would never, ever cross paths before. And they can sit down and have a conversation because they have one thing in common, which is the love of tobacco.
This place was designed, and when I say it was designed with our own needs in mind, we started this, myself and Ryan, we were in our 40s. You get to a point where I'm not going to a club anymore. Because when I'm walking in there and I'm looking around, if I'm the oldest guy there, if I cannot find the oldest guy there, I'm the oldest guy. And frankly, when my kids started naming the places that they go to, and when I used to go to, I'm like, I cannot show my face there anymore, so I'm done.
You go out for dinner, whether you're with your wife or your girlfriend, it's always a nice place to end up at the end of the night. To wind down with a great cigar, a great conversation with your friends, and just relax.
My night is not quite over after dinner. So if dinner is over at 9 o'clock, I'm not ready to call it a night. And there are very few places where I can imagine going afterwards. So we created a place, and we created this place to bring in individuals, 30s, 40s, 50s, that don't want to go to the very loud banging nightclub, want to still spend a few more hours with their friends, with their loved ones, to hang out and have another drink, maybe have a cigar before they call it a night.
Let the trenching begin. Okay, trenching. So we're moving. We'll show you a new unit. These are 2 exhaust units. 1, 2. And these big behemoths are the HVAC units. Each one is 17.5 ton unit. That's one. And that's another one right here. They're gonna go mount up, create our beautifully fresh, conditioned air. And anybody wants some bank boxes? They're available. Oh yeah, and we have a nice bank door. If anybody wants one, here you go.
So there are a number of different things that make our business different. There are constructed differences, right? I mean, we spend an enormous amount of time and energy and thought into designing air control systems to make sure that you can be in an environment where you enjoy the things that you enjoy. But as you watch this smoke just immediately disappear, it's because we spent a ton of time, a ton of brain power, a ton of engineering and design power, and a whole bunch of money making sure that the space maintains an enjoyable, environmental, inviting place where you can spend hours and hours enjoying the things that you enjoy, but not being in a cloud of smoke.
It's the biggest line item in any store that we open, and you ask why, right? And I'm sure we've all had a terrible cigar lounge experience where you go in there, it's almost like an ashtray, it's super smoky, your eyes are teary. We want women in our spaces. We want your wife to be able to come here and feel comfortable. We want them to be a part of that with you. We want you to be able to bring a date, bring your mom, bring your sister, whatever, to come and enjoy it with you. And we understand that if that's not a comfortable space for women to be in, then they're not going to come. And we want them to want to come, and we want them to want you to come without them.
The best times in here have been, seeing couples come in here and just hang out. And she could be on her phone having a drink, he could be having a cigar, but the fact that in here, because of the ventilation system and stuff, she doesn't care about the smoke because it's not in her face. Our goal is to show the industry in general that this can be for everybody.
I'm bald, so I wake up in the morning, my hair does not smell like smoke. Women have longer hair and my hair, look, it's a cigar place. There's always going to be some tobacco smoke, but we're going to extraordinary efforts here to move air. And that's why once they pass the fact that this is a cigar lounge and they come in and check it out, they'll actually enjoy it.
We're in here more than we are at home, and we want our air standards to be high and for it to be a clean and a healthy place to work.
From a structural and an operational standpoint, we're definitely better than most or all because of the way we build these things, making sure that the finishes and the materials that we use are of an appropriate layer and level.
And if you really, really cannot stand it, we always have an outside patio.
In the world of luxury goods, and we are in the luxury brand and luxury goods world, it's very important to focus on what I would call the 3 Ps of business. You have to have the best people, and you have to have a great process to deliver the experience, and you have to have a great product that is part of the experience. It's really, really important that our culture of focus on service, focus on experience, focus on a pleasant and safe and enjoyable, time in this space, because these are people's home away from home.
The thing that makes this place work really, really well is the team. They've hired a great team. They make you feel comfortable. It's home.
I only hire individuals, future colleagues, where hospitality is in their DNA. The general manager, our tobacconists, myself, Ryan and Jason, we are all intertwined in relationships that's in the DNA of our culture.
It takes time to evolve the team and to really blend all the different personalities, but we have a great team here. Our goal here is the same as we want for our guests. The outside world can be hectic, and the same thing with our members, our extended family, our clients. They're looking to get away from their world.
People that are coming in here, they have their own issues. They're certainly not coming in here to feel more issues, to feel stress or anything like that. You gotta come in and have to have a comfortable environment. That's why when I'm here, when every staff member here, frankly, you're a little bit on stage. You're on stage because you're expected with a smile, with happy. What really gives it life
is the staff that operates this every single day. From the barbacks to the head bartender to the humidor attendants, who really, really love what they do. Without those individuals every single day, this is just beautiful four walls and nothing else.
I don't know that there's another place that provides what they're providing. Their product is solid. The team is solid, and I think that's what it comes down to. You've got to have the right people, and they do.
We understand that we don't make cigars, right? We don't make whiskey. We don't make wine. We don't make tequila. We make memories and experiences.
Within those experiences, we have to make sure we are offering something that is unique to Empire Social, which you can't get elsewhere. What we offer is thousands and thousands of cigars, some boutique brands that you can't get anywhere else.
We make a huge commitment to our community and to our members and guests to have somebody in our humidor at all times. It's not the standard for most cigar lounges you go to. You're never going to have somebody in there with a jacket standing and ready to explain or guide you into the perfect selection. Whether you're a beginner or an expert looking for something new, we'll always have something for you to try and push your boundaries of what you're willing to and wanting to go into. Having somebody in there to make sure that the humidor looks great, it's set to standard, our humidity's on point, our temperature's on point, and then no matter what cigar you pick, it's going to be perfect every single time.
Their staff they're so knowledgeable. You know, it'll be crazy busy. And if I've got a question about a particular cigar or a recommendation or what, you know, they will stop what they're doing and take 5 minutes. Like, you can't buy that at other places. I love being able to soak up the knowledge.
Even if you don't smoke cigars, it's an art. I mean, to take tobacco leaves from different regions or different areas and figure out that these 3, 4, 5 different leaves give a certain aroma, a certain taste. And it's one of the few things that are still handmade. Not very many things are not automated these days, but man, when that box says hecho a mano, which means handmade, it's handmade.
We don't have everything. And that's a conscious decision. We don't need to have or care to have everything, but we have everything you want, which is a very curated selection of things that we know our customers are looking for. We have them.
In Brickell now, we have over 1,200 spirits and over 500 whiskeys. In Las Olas, we are knocking on the door of probably 300, 400 whiskeys. We have a great wine selection. We have a great craft brew or beer selection. We have an amazing spirit selection that's not just whiskey, with tequilas, mezcal, cognacs, and rums leading the way.
The commitment to our whiskey program is not to have as many whiskeys as possible. Similar to our humidor, we want to have the right whiskeys. So we're always finding things and buying things that are special releases throughout the year, once a year, or one time ever releases, and we're always getting access to that.
You know, we have built very key relationships with key ambassadors, distillers, owners, not just throughout South Florida, but globally. We have global collectors that we work with to get allocated items that you can't get anywhere else in the world. Very few places can actually pick up an allocation of a Macallan 1972, price tag $75,000, we have relationships that we can tap into. So any of our members that want to become collectors or are collectors, through our sources and relationships, get a extremely unique experience and product into their hand, but making sure that we have the depth of spirits and tobacco to not only meet everyone's personal needs, but to really reach out into uncharted area and bringing in products that you really can't get, anywhere else in the world.
And you have a large selection of cigars. Your humidor is off the chain.
We got 47,000 sticks.
47,000 cigars. 47,000 cigars ready for you.
So when it comes to who enjoys Empire Social, right? Who are the people that make this a business? In addition to having great staff and great managers and great leaders, the people that walk through our doors to enjoy their time under this roof is the heart and soul of our business.
Many times when I did not or do not want to get into the heavy traffic, totally it's fine. It could be 7 days a week. I don't care. So I go in on some days, and Monday, it's usually a slow day, anywhere, right? Most businesses, Monday is a slow day. And of course, I'd make requests for, music, temperature, drinks, snacks, me and Maya, right? Alex would entertain me. He'd give me a side eye, but he'd entertain me. And eventually, it just felt like Maya Mondays. And I'd walk in the door and I'd say, "Hey, Maya Mondays." And of course, the staff would start, just entertaining me and they'd get in the mode with me. Of course, this was in my head, right? This was never official. This was never something that was told to me. But the feeling that I have and the reception that I get when I walk into the doors made it so real, even though it was in my head. So Maya Mondays came from me just showing up and kind of showing out on a Monday. Yeah.
The relationships that mean so much to me over the years, we'll see some of these members every day. We know them by name, obviously. We go to their birthday parties, their bar mitzvahs, their bat mitzvahs, their weddings. We are part of their family.
When we first met, I was in the process of looking for a second home in South Florida. We didn't know anybody. And the thought process was, let's find a spot where we can hang out and just meet people, and happen to be Empire.
Sometimes we bring our work and our laptops and come in and have a cappuccino in the morning and take a business call. And sometimes it's a celebration, whether it's a birthday, an anniversary, a month-iversary. There's always a reason to come, whether it's just after a long, hard day or travel.
Even when Gracie mentioned, it could be a celebration or it could be a circumstance where, we just need to be with friends and family. She lost her father
in 2021. We were here in Miami and we got the phone call that he had passed, and Rum's like, let's stay in. And I'm like, why? Like, let's go. We told everybody we were going for a cigar. We're going to go for a cigar. And the whole place cheers my father, celebrated his death and his life. And it was, one of our favorite memories. I sat in a corner in a beautiful chair and cried and fell asleep while everybody else enjoyed and
toasted Gary.
Toasted Gary. It's not like going to a club or a restaurant or a bar where we feel judged. People of cigar culture are an incredibly different breed, and open and honest and friendly as heck. Like, it's just family. I swear, everybody's family when we go.
I've known these guys for quite a few years now, and they've always been the same. They don't act like owners in the sense. If you meet them here, they're very hospitable. They'll do anything you want to make you feel invited and comfortable and special. And that's one of the things about this brand that they've always kept, which is probably the biggest reason I couldn't wait for them to open something closer to where I live.
For me, Empire and cigars are synonymous. I need them both. It's almost a safe haven for me. It's a space where I can go and I can unwind. The level of customer service, I mean, if I were to say that I'm spoiled, that would be an understatement.
No more talking about it. The way it is, the way it is. It's no mystery.
There's a certain way that I like to be treated. Proper service, proper care, friendship. I want everybody to feel the same way. I want to make sure people that are around me, my friends, and everybody comes in here, they get treated the right way. This is my house. It's my house, but when people can become members and they come in to visit, that's their house also. So they should have a say, always with a level of gratitude and appreciation.
Lots of business relationships, lots of lifelong friendships have been created inside these four walls, and the membership allows people to gather in a common place, knowing that when they get there, people that they know are going to be there. So I think the membership is a big part of the community of Empire Social, and we have over 1,000 members in our locations.
So a lot of people that come here specifically, they travel a lot. You know, they have an apartment here, they have an apartment in New York. So it's not for everybody. If you're here every quarter, we're going to get to know you anyway.
I live in Canada, full-time, Rums is in Chicago. So when we're here, it's a treat. So we have memberships and we're not even here every day. We have members, friends who are members who are here literally every day after work to enjoy some downtime, just a cigar, just a drink, or both.
Becoming a member, it's really trying to curate an environment, a like-kind environment. We expect them to respect the staff, respect the place, respect their surroundings first and foremost. And we insist on that because everybody should have the same thing to one another.
Anytime you become a member of somewhere, you know, you always want to have a special feeling when you go there. You feel special when you walk in. You know, you have your locker, you have your cigars, bartenders know what you drink, you really don't even have to ask for it, and you always see the same people.
This is the challenge in many instances, raising, cultivating, making relationship, not making drinks, creating an opportunity for relationships to thrive, to blossom. Introductions between members. A lot of times members became friends because they see each other very often. Even our membership program, the way it's designed for a specific reason, because all we want to do is, I want you to come back. I mean, I want you to come in, I want you to hang out, I want this to be your home. Our membership is a different membership. We want you to be here. And I hope we can respond to the level of your expectation.
I get a feeling of being appreciated, being accepted. I feel like I'm in the right place.
It's a place that I feel comfortable entertaining at. That's priceless in my business. It's a lot of relationships, and you strengthen relationships here.
Remember me.
As much as I love to talk to people, after a while, you need something new, something interesting that gets you excited to come home. We're constantly creating new content, new events. What would we like to have happen?
The events here bring people together. They do a really good job. They've had some great wine events, the cigar events too. They've had many, so there's events all the time. They find out what the members are like, what they're interested in, and they try to build events around that.
What we got very successful in doing was to allow the people who were coming in to do these tastings to be able to express their brands in a unique way. And we gave them the members lounge to do that. And we said, hey, go crazy. Tell them and show our members who you are, and let's get creative. How can we do things? And so I went from being something like where, hey, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna try 3 whiskeys and they're gonna tell you about it, to, hey, why don't we have a welcome cocktail? Or, hey, why don't we do a cocktail class?
Doing events like live music and featured events that would have themes, like our anniversary party every year that we've done a Prohibition theme, a Roaring 20s scene after COVID. Pre-COVID, we did what was my favorite anniversary party was the Studio 54 party. So we go to great lengths to really throw and host a major event party and making sure that we're just over the top and providing them something that they either haven't seen or they can't get anywhere else.
We've done crawfish bakes, and we've done carnivals and casino nights. Oh God, I mean, so many things, and people really recognize and know us for that.
We've done everything you can imagine, from luxury to just everyday spirits that you can enjoy at home.
It's really a great opportunity for me to try spirits that I've never tried before. And I've actually learned a lot about the different spirits that I drink and how they're made and what's good and what's not good. And, you know, it's been very educational on top of it.
I look at our business as a platform, right? I look at this space as a platform, and I'm very passionate about providing a platform and a venue for donors to get together to celebrate their common passion and their common advocacy for something that is important to them. I think we have an obligation to the community to open our doors to community organizations, making sure that you connect to the community for the purpose of supporting them and providing a venue where their constituents can gather and their supporters can gather.
Seeing our members come together, seeing them support each other, support each other's philanthropic efforts, support each other if they need a leg up or a referral for their son or daughter or niece or nephew, for a business opportunity, just this common sharing of goodwill and good faith. It's what makes us very special.
The success, our success, what me and Ryan ultimately did from the beginning is we built great looking lounges. We know they are, we are very, very proud of them. We put a lot of effort and we certainly put a lot of money. And all of our partners that are involved in that, they need to get the tremendous amount of thanks and accolades for them because they believed in us, because they believe in what we do, and they like to be a part of this vision. We need to absolutely acknowledge and thank our partners who have believed in us, who continuously believe in us through difficult moments and great moments.
The future of Empire is never really written, right? It's only that we know that we have something special, and when the right location and when the right opportunity presents itself, that we capitalize on it.
And every time we open up a new location, it's almost giving birth again. This is the challenge in many instances, raising, cultivating.
You could come in here and know nobody and leave here and know half a dozen people by first name. So I think you don't have to feel, be nervous to come in here on your own. If you're from out of town and you're visiting and you don't know anybody here, great place to meet some new people.
I've been to a lot of cigar lounges. I hunt them down because I travel a lot for business. Nothing beats this place. It's home.
We create the structure, we bring the components, and then we just let the magic happen on its own. The people are what make it special, not us. We're just providing the vessel for it. I've seen so many friendships blossom in our lounge that have become lifelong friends. It's a cool thing to see that our place has become an avenue for awesome relationships to flourish.
You don't need to buy a membership. You can come and enjoy a cocktail and meet people. It's an opportunity to just come in, check it out. You can't help but love it.
People always have a place to come to feel at home and have a family because there's always somebody here that they'll know. And if they don't know somebody, let me tell you something, this is the easiest place to talk to people. Political views could be different, your life views, your status in life could be different, but we have this in common, and we can find common ground at least for the hour that we're going to be in the same room.
Doesn't matter, where you're from, what you do for a living, how much money you have in your bank account. Nobody cares. I love that about cigar culture. I love that about Empire.
It's my cutoff, right? It's when my workday ends and when my relaxation starts. And that's really been what cigars mean to me.
Cigars are a way for me to relax. When I've had a long and stressful day, I can have a stick and just sit and let the world pass me by.
In many instances, this is one common denominator. We like to do the same thing, you know? We like to light a cigar and do a lot of this, blowing hot air. You can solve the world's problems on a cigar. Once that cigar is over, the world's problems come back. But if you can mess up cigars and drinks, you should stay home.
I'll come to Empire and I'll find a seat and I have a cigar and the world feels like my oyster.
When I moved to Florida 20 years ago, you move to a place and you kind of try to find an environment, a new setting, a home. Getting emotional on this. I'm not in the running club, although that's a great option. I'm not in the kayaking while reading a book club or whatever the club is. I am in the cigar, whiskey, entertainment, having a great loads of fun club. And that's what this place did for me. And I hope many people that come in and they belong in some capacity to a club that is fun.
I live in Boca and I have a cigar bar 10 minutes from me, and I drive to Fort Lauderdale to come here. That's how special this place is, and I couldn't imagine not being a member here.
You just become friends. It's such a fun, familiar place that you come in and they welcome you. You feel incredibly comfortable, and it's like hanging out in somebody's living room or basement or backyard.
I fell in love with the Prime brand because the way they received me. Every time I walked in the door, I felt like I walked into the right place. They gave me that vibe.
It has been always a journey and an amazing experience when you open a new business. In this case, this is not a new business. This is what we do, our version of sophisticated relaxation and what we do in the four walls of an Empire Social whiskey bar and cigar lounge.
That's why I love this. That's why I enjoy this, and couldn't be a better business to be involved in. 5 o'clock, it's happy hour every day.
And that's the story of Empire.
And that's what we do.